Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, hey, my name is Shar. This is Dollars into Dreams. Today, I'm going to go ahead and pre-plan where I'm going to put my money for the first week of April. And if you're new here, this paycheck will be extremely short. I do have a full-time and a part-time job. They will both be short. So I have done some pre-planning and like pre-saving since January and all of those things. So you will see how I plan to work around the short paycheck. But I also have a new bill that I need to account for. And I think it's on the 20th. Of course, the color doesn't match the other ones, but that's fine. I have two different servicers for my student loans. This one started in March, and I just got notification that I have this one that will be, the first payment will be this month. And then I'm going to put an M by this because that is Mohila. And this, I'm going to put an N by that because that is Navient. And I just got notification that it is 400 and I'm going to say 44. I know it's 443 and some change. So we're just going to say 444. And so you will see how I'm planning on working that in as well. So let me jump back to the budget. Okay. Perfect. Of course, we haven't wrote no categories or anything in, but this paycheck will come on the 8th of April. It's going to cover everything from April 8th through April 21st. Okay, so for my full-time, I'm going to go off of what I got around Christmas time. When I just got paid for 1 week. And then roll over. All right, perfect. So I'm going to guesstimate about $850. And then for my part-time, I kind of calculated wrong. I thought the couple of days that I would be off would be split amongst two different paychecks, but that is incorrect. So all of the days off that I did for my part-time will affect just this paycheck, which is kind of good because then I can get back to normal programming for my next paycheck. So I am only going to, I'm going to say $210. Okay. Then I also need to bring in, so you can see where I'm getting these numbers from. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's do this one first. This may be a little chaotic. Okay, so if you're not new, you know that I've been bulking up my overflow envelopes. These are the categories that I keep in my wallet. Because I knew that this paycheck would be extremely short, so then I would not have to worry about how I was going to fund those, right? So I essentially just need to figure out how much I'm pulling from here into here, just so I can account for it there, because I don't ever want to look back on my budget and be like, well, I didn't put any money here, right? So in my personal spending, I have 40, and it needs to be for 2 weeks, right? So this week and next week. Am I doing that right? Yes. So there's 40 right there that I'm going to bring in. Then I have 95 for my groceries that I need to bring in. I have a 45 for eating out that I'm bringing in. the 20 for the household that I budget bi-weekly. Then for gas, I have 85. And then miscellaneous is the last one, and I have 10. So I have $295 that I'm bringing in for my cash envelopes. But if you are aware, I normally budget $480 for my cash envelopes. Oh, I don't know why I put that aside. So I have $295 for that. Then I need to also bring in this money that I've been setting aside for my mortgage, specifically for this paycheck, because I split my mortgage in half amongst my paychecks. So we have 100, 200, 300, 350, 400, 450, 470, 490, 500, 510, 15, and 520, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 527. Okay, so that is how much I am bringing into my budget from my sinking funds. So I'm bringing $822. Okay, so the total income that I'm working with for this paycheck is $1,882. So the bills that are due during this paycheck is, of course, my mortgage. So I'm only going to do the $527 in the cash that I have. The difference, because I normally do $618, I will account for that in my other paycheck. iCloud is now due on the 13th, I believe. So that is $11. And then we have my internet, which is now due on the 20th. It just moved up one day. I have gotten that bill, so that's $95. And then in this section for my fixed bills, because the amounts are fixed at this time, is student loan number 1. And that's going to be Navient. And so I'm gonna split it into, like I do my mortgage, it's $265, but I'm gonna do even numbers, so I'm just gonna count for $133 each paycheck. And then my second student loan, which this is the first month for this. I am in August, I will be back in school, so probably by September-ish will probably be the last payment that I will have to make for these two until I'm out of school, which I think is it's going to be several semesters. So while I know my student loans will accrue interest, not having the payment in September, starting in September-ish, will help because my goal is to pay off my Discover credit card by the end of December before the promotion of 0% interest ends. And then once that credit card is paid off, that is the last of my credit card consumer debt. And so my focus will solely be on my student loans, between student loans and saving money for a car down payment. Okay, so this payment is each week is going to be $222. I do have some savings challenges that I have been working on off camera, and I know that that is $155. I'm going to subtract that. So I need to budget for 67, but I'm just going to say 70 to be on the safe side for this paycheck. And then it will be the 222 next paycheck. So our total for our fixed bills is $836. Now, normally my natural gas and my city utilities would be due during this paycheck because they're due on the 10th. But if you did not see my previous budget, I knew that prepared for the short paycheck. So I went ahead and accounted for these in my last paycheck of March. So those two bills are taken care of because normally that would be a little bit higher. Now subtract that from $1,882. So we have $1,046. And then now I'm going to come over here to my variable expenses. So Discover. Let me write my categories real quick before I forget. Now, even though everything is not going to get funds, I like to write it in here just in case when the actual comes and I need to put money towards that category, even though I didn't pre-plan that. Okay, so my Discover credit card, I'm going to say about $150. I like to do $400 a paycheck, but given that I'm going to have to start accounting for this new student loan for the next few months, I don't know how that's going to work out. So we shall see. I have been playing with some numbers to see what that would look like in the summer when my income is a little bit lower, and these next couple of months, I think I can do it and keep it as normal. I'm praying that I can, because that will keep me on track to pay off my Discover credit card by the end of December. I think if I calculate it correctly, each paycheck I need about $430 to pay it off. That's if I pay it off at the very end of December. So if I can do my minimum $800, and then if I have some high incomes and account for an extra $50 to $100, that would be great. Therapy, I am not gonna put money to, because I do have $130 set aside already in my sinking funds, so I will use that. And then also medication, I also have about $100 and something set aside in my sinking funds. Excuse me. So we do not need to account for that. But what I do need to do, which is why I left this binder out, personal, I normally do $50 every 2 weeks, but I have 40, so I am not worried about making it 50, so we're just going to put our 40 here. And then groceries, I do 180 every 2 weeks, so I have 95, which means I need to account for $85 here. Eating out has a $45. And if I'm being honest with myself, I probably need to account for that extra 15, so we're going to do that. If my income comes in lower and I need to take something away, then yes, that will be... Why did I do that? Y'all, do I have whiteout somewhere? I do. This should be 60. And this, wow. Yep. So this is going to be 180. I'm confusing myself already. That's crazy. Okay, so then this is going to be 60. And then household is just going to be the normal 20. Gas, we do 160. I have 85. So we're going to put 160 here, but I am essentially adding 75 extra to make it the 160. And then medication has 140, so we're good. And then miscellaneous, we're going to pull the 10. I am not planning anything for the bank buffer. Okay, so let's add up what we got going on. So 150. Okay, so we have $620. And then I'm going to subtract that from 1,046. So that leaves me with 426. Okay. Home maintenance gets $75. It's an automatic transfer. And then Ally Savings gets 10. Okay, so then sinking, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Sinking funds and so I have 426 left over. I'm subtracting my 75 and I'm subtracting 10. So we have $341. So I'm just going to put $340 here for my sinking funds. And then that means this is $425, which means we have $1 left over. And we shall see what we do with that. But essentially that is where I am going to put my funds. That is how I'm navigating through this short paycheck. And I'm, this time of year, I'm used to my full-time being short, but I'm not used to my part-time being short. So that is the whole thing. And working through it. It's not always how, or it's not always what we want to do, but sometimes it's how we have to do it just to make ends meet and to reach our goal. And this is how I'm making my ends meet and reaching my goal. So I hope that you guys are doing the same, but that is all that I have for you. And sorry if I moved you. I appreciate you guys for staying till the very end. And if you're not subscribed, I hope that you consider subscribing, becoming part of the family. I would love to have you over here. We do budgeting, real numbers, real life, debt, if we incur any more debt, student loans, all of those good things, savings, while also paying off debt, while managing our funds, sinking funds, all of those good things happen over here. And until I see you in my next video, have a wonderful day. Bye.